Wow, great viewers out there. It's time for Sportsville. My name is George Aluo. We are set here to give you the best of sports on TV as we do week in, week out. And my colleagues are here. Tony Ubani is here, and baby of the house, Oluchi Tobex Tobechukwu, is here. We are happy because peace has finally returned to Nigerian football. The KATSINA election has come and gone, and we'll take a look at that on the show today. And our old people's elephant, they're on the march again. Just a couple of minutes ago, they kicked off the return leg of their game, the decider, the quarterfinal decider against Rayon Sports of Rwanda at their Enyimba Fortress. All that on the show for you, but let's start first with top news as we do on the show. When we'll come back, then I will introduce my guests. And like I told you, Tony is here and Oluchi Tobechukwu is here. But first, this break.
Sorry about the delay. The interview will start soon.
Hello? Mama? Are you there already?
It remains small, though. The driver said we will soon be in Lagos.
Hello? Mama? Look, I've ordered you an Uber. You receive a text message with the driver and car details.
Are you my son-in-law's driver?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm an Uber driver.
Okay, oh. Mr. Uber, let us go.
Hey, babe.
I got a surprise for you. Go open the door. Wonderful one there. You can see that freestyle that ended that break there. And on that freestyle note, let me welcome baby of the house, Oluchi Tobechukwu. Oluchi, welcome to Sportsville.
Thank you so much, George. It's a pleasure to be here once again. Thursday came, it has gone, and of course, Pinnick conquered. And my only two words saying congratulations to Pinnick and, of course, Barrister Seyi Akinwumi. We just hope that they continue the good works that they've started 4 years ago. It's a new era for our football, and we hope that we harness the opportunity, especially in CAF and in FIFA.
Okay, we hope we harness the opportunities open to us in CAF and FIFA. Let me welcome Tony Ubani to the show. Tony, you're welcome to Sportsville.
Thank you so much, George, and our viewers. We welcome you to, this our Sunday medicine. It's a very good thing, George, to see that at least you were there, and of course you represented us well. You saw it. I think we'll be the one that will ask you questions on how it went. But indeed, it was a very good thing. The atmosphere, the peace, because before now, there was this hype that something was going to happen, and something happened. Really conquered everything.
Something positive happened.
Something conquered. For the first time, a Nigerian is doing a second term in Nigeria Football Federation.
Okay, we'll talk about that on the show, but let's start as usual with top news, and let's start with volleyball. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Solomon Dalong, is seeking private sector initiative to prepare the national under-21 volleyball team ahead of the World Cup in Tunisia. Dalong made the clarion call when he received the national under-21 volleyball team, who recently won the Men's Nations Cup, which ended in Abuja at the weekend. Well, Dalong calling on the private sector, but Tony, I hope Dalong knows that there must be peace for the private sector to get involved.
Yeah, indeed. I think the private sector themselves really need peace, and they need transparency. They need accountability.
Oh yeah.
Those were the things that militated against sports development before. But I think where there is peace, there is always love, and then there is progress.
Okay, we just hope that there will be peace in Nigeria football. We don't want all these man-made crises that are making the private sector to actually run away, because once we have peace in our sport, the private sector will get involved. From volleyball, we'll take you to taekwondo. The second Nigerian Taekwondo International Open has been sanctioned by the World Taekwondo Federation and awarded a G1 international ranking. The event, which will now take place, will actually take place from November 16 to 18 in Abuja, and the technical director of Nigerian Taekwondo Federation, Chika Chukwumerije, said that the event getting a world approval is good for Nigerian Taekwondo, because those who are participating will be scoring points that will see them moving up the rank in the game. Oluchi.
I think it's a good one, especially for the fact that this is an event that is taking place here. I could remember in wrestling some of our athletes couldn't make it for the foreign trips for all those competitions, especially for the fact that they are ranked competitions, and without these points, you won't be qualified to go for world championships. And it's coming down here in our own Dormont here. It's a good one, and I'm happy, especially for Chukwumeriji. These are people that have done everything possible, to make the sports, move forward. And like I said,
himself and his father, his late father.
Yes, and
the senator.
Like I said, all attention shouldn't be on football. Let's spread the attention, the enthusiasm, interest from everybody to other sports also.
Okay, talking about spreading the interest, talking about spreading the enthusiasm, one corporate body that is doing that is Adron Homes. They have their Adron Games that is coming up October 12, 13, and 14 at the Yaba College of Technology. And they have an ambassador in Siawa, and Samson Siasia. He's the ambassador of the game, while Diakone is the technical consultant for that games. It will be taking place at the Yaba College of Technology. And winners, I must tell you, will pocket 1 million naira, 500,000, and a whole lot of prize. Even the Adron Homes people said landlords will be made if you be part of this game at the Yaba College of Technology. We spoke to the group managing director of Adron Homes, Oba Adetola Emmanuel King, on the purpose of the games.
We want to announce this and impress on the mind of every CEO, every organization, to create awareness and to include it in their corporate governance. That physical fitness is as important as your academic qualification for the job.
All right, Adron Games, they're coming up at the Yaba College of Technology. The MD said that he wants all their staff to keep fit so that they will have a workforce that is well motivated. From there, we'll take you now to rugby. The members of the Nigerian rugby team, the Black Scorpions, have been counting the gains of featuring at the 2018 African Cup Rugby Sevens Regional Tournament, which took place in Côte d'Ivoire. Nigeria lost a ticket to talk about Olympics 2020 when they lost to the host by 17 to 22 points. But those who participated, our players, are still counting the gains of featuring in that competition, even as the technical advisor has since gone back to South Africa. But we spoke to some of these gladiators who featured for Nigeria at that competition in Côte d'Ivoire.
Generally, we did very well. We did our best against all odds. We kept everybody away until the final, and it just went that way. We were lucky, but next time I'm sure we're going to get the victory.
We all worked hard. We did hard. We put in a lot of work, and we're expecting to win. We're hoping to win, and the result didn't go our way. But us. You know, that's sports. One team has to lose, one team has to win. Two teams can't win. You can't have two champions. It doesn't work like that. So, you know, despite the circumstances and all that, we don't want to focus on the negatives. You know, there's a lot of positives for us. Working with the new coach was very interesting for all of us. I mean, a lot of us gained so much experience. Me personally, I gained a lot of experience from him. I'm looking forward to working with him again in the future.
Nigeria is the toast of Africa rugby right now. They're looking forward to inviting us to more tournaments and to specifically mention it, to represent Africa, you know, outside the shores of Africa. So we're looking forward to bigger days.
All right, those the rugby gladiators, where they could not pick the tickets to 2020 Olympics, but they did well out there in Côte d'Ivoire, and we're impressed with those who are organizing rugby are doing in Nigeria. We wish them the best of luck some other time. Well, let's take a break now. When we come back, we'll talk about the Battle of KATSINA, how it went. We saw it all. I was there. Anthony said he was going to be asking me most of the questions after this break.
Feel cool, fresh, every day. With the icy coolness of the new Premier Cool deodorant. Smell cool and feel fresh every day with Premier Cool. Cooler than cool.
Sorry about the delay. The interview will start soon.
Hello? Mama? Are you there already?
It remains small, oh. The driver said we will soon be in Lagos.
Hello, Mama? Look, I've ordered you an Uber. You receive a text message with the driver and car details.
Are you my son-in-law's driver?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm an Uber driver.
Okay, oh. Mr. Uber, let us go.
Hey, babe.
I got a surprise for you. Go open the door. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about the Battle of KATSINA. But as we speak now, we'll tell you that Enyimba are slugging it out with Triumph Sports. We wish them the best of luck in that CAF Confederations Cup game. The first leg entered goalless in Kigali, and we hope Enyimba will get the job done at their Enyimba Fortress. And talking about getting the job done, one man that got the job done was Amaju Mervyn Pinnick. He returned, breaking that jinx of nobody doing second term at the Glass House, but he won. It was a sweet victory for him. He scored 34 votes against Aminu Mageri's 8, Taiwo Gunjobi's 2, and Chinedu Okoye, the man from Anambra State, who got no vote. And my producer is giving you all the executive committee members there. Pinnick Amaju, President, Sheyi Akinwumi, Vice President, Shehu Diko remains as LMC chairman. He did not actually run for election because his tenure as LMC chairman is still running, just like our own Mama Sports, Aisha Falode, who is in charge of women's football. These are the members of the executive committee there on your screen. Oluchi, KATSINA, I think it's a good one moving forward for Nigeria.
Yes, it's a good one. It was a colossal victory for Pinnick, and I like the fact that everybody were given the opportunity to go and test their popularity. You know, we had the likes of Segun Gujobi, you know, Otumba Dele Ajayi, even those that were in Giwa's camp, you know, they were all embraced. And I must say kudos to Okoye, because everybody kept on saying he got 0 votes, but this is a guy that was virtually unknown before now, and for the fact that his name even popped up as one of the candidates has also made him popular. It won't be like this for a next time. You know, when you feel that you have something, you know, to give out in the football family, there should be no holds barred, and that was exactly what happened at the end of the day. Of course, Pinnick won the votes with you know, a majority votes, and I think it's a good one, and I hope that our football, you know, will find peace at last and we'll be able to settle down. It's an opportunity for them to right all the wrongs in the first tenure, and then we also hope that they will give women's football the kind of attention that we need. Okay, we hope women will get the attention they need. Aisha Falode, if you are listening to us, women football should not suffer. You are in charge of women football. Tony, one good thing about this election is that it showed that members of the football family are one. You can see Pinnick, immediately he was declared winner, he went and hugged Aminu Mageri, and they all embraced. And Aminu has since congratulated Pinnick.
No, that's the spirit. That's what we talk about, sportsmanship. And you can only get that in sports. You can only get that spirit of, embracing everybody, even in defeat. Football is all about entertainment. It's all about joy. And that's exactly what we see when they play football. When you go out, somebody must win. And when you win, that does not make you better than the other people that lost. That was the spirit that Pinnick exhibited. And of course, the other people, Megare, Ogunjobi, and Chinedu, they were all there. It was just, when we talk about football, we talk about one family. And if you look at it in FIFA circles, it's only one family. That is why even when they look at the statues are just saying that football is one family. You don't take anything that concerns football to any other place. So that's the genesis of all these things. I'm indeed very happy that these things happen before our own very eyes. Going to the state of the president of Nigeria. Wow. It's symbolical.
Yes.
That this election was taken to the home state of the president of Nigeria, and of course we went and everything went smoothly. There was no security issues, there was no rigging. And what does he say? George, is also a pointer. It's something that is telling us, challenging us as Nigerians. Very soon we'll be going into the polls. Have we learned anything from the NFL election?
That we can get things right.
That we can get things right without people throwing stones, without people protesting. That even those that lost congratulated the winner. George, that is just an example, something that has done on the eyes of Nigerians.
So the one other thing that this shows is the unity that football brings on the table for Nigeria. Come to look at it, everybody, Pinnick got vote from southwest, southeast, north, and everywhere. So running against Megari in KATSINA, people thought, it was going to be a walkover.
Taking the battle to your opponents.
Yes, going to your opponents on. But look at the kind of the spread. Pinnick scoring 34 votes shows that the entire north voted for Amaju Pinnick.
George, what it simply means is that merit, no matter where you come from in Nigeria, if you are good and you know it, people cannot, because of, there will be no ethnicity.
No, when we play football, no ethnic, there is no religion, nothing.
And that's exactly what was displayed.
Exactly.
And I hope that we carry this. I hope that it rubs off on the general election that is coming. It's not something that will be so tense, tension soaked, as in people will want to travel home, want to run away. It's an election. We want to give our destiny to the person that can carry it well for us. And indeed, football administrators have displayed it. That Pinnick Amaju is the young man who, of course, can do things, and he has done wonderfully well. George, he has exhibited everything. Look at the promptness that FIFA reacted and, of course, congratulated him. And if you look at the writing, when they drafted this in the congratulatory listen, where they said president of NFF, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, in brackets said, "Dear Pinnick." It has never happened before. Just that shows that we are now mingling with international politics. When this football is being played on the pitch, George, when they are playing playing it in the offices, our man is there. And look at the appointments that are going around in CAF, going around in.
Nigeria is getting a fair share.
It has never happened before.
Exactly.
We must be united for us to raise our football to that high level. We want to win the World Cup. To win the World Cup, we must have people in certain places administratively. This football is not just played on this pitch. So many things are, George, this
so many things coming to play.
But the sore point is that while all these things were happening, I didn't see the sports minister. You were in KATSINA. Did you see the sports minister in KATSINA?
Unfortunately, the sports minister was not there, and he actually, from what we gathered, did not want the election. In fact, he openly didn't want the election to take place. He even appealed to the governor of KATSINA State to stop the election. But Aminu Maisari, who came there to declare the event open, said he wasn't going to stop it because it was something that would bring peace to Nigeria. And we're happy that this happened in the home of Nigeria's #1 citizen. Talk about President Muhammadu Buhari. And that was why immediately after Pinnick came back, he thanked Buhari profusely for allowing football to be run the way it should be run in line with international bread practices. I just hope that the sports minister will now come to realize that we need peace in our football, Oluchi, because come to look at it, even Pinnick himself immediately after election said it is not a victory for Pinnick, it is a victory for Nigerian football that everybody will be carried along.
Yeah, I totally agree with him. And like Tony said earlier, it was symbolic, going to KATSINA, for the elections and he winning there. Don't forget that the first time he came on board, he won in his backyard, his home ground in Warri. So a lot of people would have felt, okay, it was because of he was in his home state, but he has gone now, to make a big emphasis. Okay, we're going down there now to KATSINA, and everything went on smoothly. I wasn't surprised that the Minister of Sport wasn't there. He had no business to be there.
Minister of Sports had no business in the KATSINA.
Distraction for him to be there. Following the trend, if you follow the history of all his comments, this is somebody that he didn't want the election, to even take place, and he's pressed all the buttons in his power to make sure the election doesn't come up. So why is he coming there in the first place? It would have been him contradicting himself openly. So as far as I'm concerned, it was a plus that he wasn't there.
Okay, but I hope the sports minister would now.
He doesn't have any choice. He doesn't have any choice.
George, you said that Pinnick promised after the election, his post-election speech, he said that he was going to carry everybody along.
Oh yeah.
Pinnick will carry everybody along except Dalong. Dalong will not be carried along because Dalong has, by his actions, shown that he is anti-football. No man is an island, George. We are talking about Nigeria. We are talking about the president of Nigeria. When everybody give authority, align,
and then the cabinet minister is countering it,
everything must go on. As you begin to ask questions.
Honestly, you ask questions. We say kudos to you there for hosting Nigerian NFF elective Congress. Congratulations to all those that won, and we hope that moving forward, Nigeria football will be the winner. And talking about taking the game to the next level, one man that is said to do that is the new interim chairman of Edo Sports Commission. Talk about our own barrister Dudu Urume, the sports aficionado. He has an opportunity now to impact positively on the game. He has been named the interim chairman of the Sports Commission, and we spoke with him exclusively. Let's hear from Barrister Dudu on his plans for Edo Sports.
Thank you very much. For me, I think it's a bit of a straightforward assignment to reposition Edo State Sports to deliver the values that it's capable of. One, generally speaking, it's also a chance to ensure that we use sports to change the lives of youth and young adults in the state. We hope that we were going to be able to make Edo State contribute to the GDP through sports. We want to bring Edo State back as the #1 state for sports. It will assume its position as the #1 state, and we will take it further by ensuring that sports tourism state. Where you talk sports, the first thing that should come to your mind is Edo State. And we'll be working with everybody to ensure that we deliver such valuables that when you hear sports or you hear Edo State, the first thing you think about is sports. And the glory days will come back. Well, Amaju Pinnick and his board, their return is good for our football. It's historical. In perspective, I think a board that has brought Nigeria into the center of the politics of football in Africa. A good idea, another 4 years, we're able to take what they started to a new level. And then, of course, for me, critically, I think, too, that in order to deal with some of these crisis situations, they would, set about, electoral reforms right from grassroots up to that level so that we don't have a repeat of this crisis again. And then, of course, in putting together the different committees, make it all inclusive so that people who have the right competencies will come in there and help them, graduate football from this level to a higher one.
All right, big congratulations there to Dudu Urube, the football aficionado. He has an opportunity now to do it in Edo State. Gentlemen, I think Edo has a way of getting the right man to do this job. First, it was Frank Ilaboya, who is now the Onwa West chairman. He is the FA chairman in Edo State. And now we have Dudu, another round peg in round hole.
Yeah, congratulations to Dudu. Dudu has always been there. Dudu has been preaching. and I pity him, you know, because almost everybody now is going to be on him. All eyes will be on him. But I must tell you that Dudu is an achiever, and the ground has already been watered by our own Frank Elaboye. If you have Frank Elaboye as FA chairman, you know, the type of eggheads that you have at Dojekere, as in Edo State, they have a lot of people there, and if they could just turn together to urinate, like they say in our place, if
it will foam very well.
If they urinate, there will be foam.
Okay, I'll let you do becoming the interim chairman.
Yeah, a big congratulations to him. He's been there. This is somebody I followed even as a kid then, you know, watching him on TV and doing so much, you know, for sports. I remember that those days it was in a show that I first of all saw Okucha back then in Frankfurt beating about 7 players before scoring goal, and before you know it, he was invited for the national team. And like Tony said, you know, they have a whole lot of sons from Edo State that are good, starting from Godwin Enekena, you know, Adeoye, and every one of them, they will rally around, you know, their brother to make sure that they get the best, especially in sports in Edo State. Kudos to him and his crew.
Okay, we just hope that Edo will become the new mecca of Nigerian sports. Tony will remember those days that he used to go to Edo State to eat monkey. It's time to return to Edo State. Kudos to Dudu. Time is not our friend now. We'll have to go, but before we round up, let's quickly tell you that London will be bubbling tomorrow on Monday, September 24, when the World Footballer of the Year award will be taking place, and it's a straight one. It's a straight fight between Luka Modric, the guy that propelled Croatia to the finals of the World Cup, and then Ronaldo, the one they call Ororo here in Nigeria. He is doing it for Juventus now, and our own Africa's Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian top scorer for Liverpool. So let's see who becomes the World Footballer of the Year at the FIFA Best Award in London. Tony, who will you give it to?
It's dicey, as in the two of them are just
the three of them.
The two.
Don't rule out Mohamed Salah.
Salah didn't really.
I don't know what you are talking
Salah
about.
Didn't really shine. He's just making up the numbers. It's between Modric and Ronaldo in that order.
Oluchi, do you agree?
Yes, I'm giving it to Modric. You know, the difference is that, you know, fortunately for him, the country he played for, Croatia, you know, got to the World Cup finals, and that's the only difference between him and Ronaldo, because they both played for the same club, them Real Madrid, you know, and Ronaldo even scored fantastic goals and routes to the final. But unfortunately for him, Portugal couldn't bring it up in the World Cup, and Modric has gone on to win the European Cup, you know, for that category. So I'm very sure they won't want to go diverse, giving a different player for Europe and the world. So I think Modric will nick it this time.
Okay, look, fingers crossed Modric may make it, but Tony said it's a straight fight between Modric and Ronaldo. But Sportsville will be there. I will be at the World Footballer of the Year in London to see what is going to happen, and I'll be firing on all cylinders. So the program to follow is really Sportsville, because we'll be right there at the Royal Hall in London to report the World Footballer of the Year. Gentlemen, thank you for coming to Sportsville.
It's a pleasure.
Tony,
this is a place for viewers. He's going to be in London, you know, for the World Football Award. It's only this station.
The world best.
Only this station.
Only in Sportsville. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye and God bless.